First of a three-game set was a rough one for the Redhawks Friday night in Winnipeg in a 5-1 defeat to the Goldeyes, but Fargo-Moorhead has a chance to bounce back tonight. Redhawks haven't won or lost consecutive games in over a week, which bodes well for this matchup if the pattern holds. And plus, as we mentioned last night at 10, Ishmael Alcantara is back with the team, providing a big boost as well, specifically a boost of speed. 34 stolen bases, that's a league best mark, 2 more last night. Today's contest is already underway, so Redhawks looking for a big win.